This conference will now be recorded.
So as of now, we have discussed about the listed collection and the set collection classes, and how can we manage the elements by using these collection classes with the help of the various ready-made methods given by the Apex programming we have discussed. Now, so today we'll see the map collection. So what exactly the map collection and what is the use, and how can we store the elements inside the map collection, and how to manage the elements inside the map collection with the help of the ready-made methods which has been given by Salesforce by default. What are the various methods that are available as part of this map collection class? We'll see practically. Okay, now. So as of now, we have discussed about the listed collection and the set collection. And we are familiar with those collections upon managing the elements. We are adding some elements inside the collection. We are searching for some elements. We are removing some elements. And we are arranging the elements in a specific order. We are cloning that collection. We are comparing the multiple collections. We are adding some multiple elements. All these things we have done. We have discussed. But there, it may be either in listed collection or set collection. Upon adding the elements, we are passing that element a name. Whatever the element you are going to add, only the element name I am passing inside that. Inside that add method, I am passing the name of the element which you would like to add inside that collection. But some cases, upon adding the new element, we need to pass a pair of values. We need to pass a pair of values. Okay, a pair of values. So now in this case, whenever if you want to store a pair of values, nothing but a collection of two values. Pair means what? Two. Okay, I would like to pass two values here for every element. Every element contains a pair of values. At that time, we can go with that collection. Okay, we will go with the collection called as map collection. Okay, now. So now here in this case, okay, now here in this case, let's see. For example, I want to store some customer details. I want to store some customer details. Whenever if you want to store or recognize each and every customer, I would like to use two things. If I am using the customer name, then with the same name, multiple customers may be there. I can't recognize based on the name itself. For that one, I want to use a pair of values. Like, I would like to use customer code and the customer name. I would like to use that customer code and the customer name. Upon storing some customer's information, I would like to use customer code as well as the customer name. Both the pair of values I would like to recognize a particular customer. Sometimes I would like to store some products information. Like as for example, I'm having some laptop products. So but with the name laptop, we are having so many products are available, so many models are available with a different configuration, with a different features, with a different designs, with a different colors, with a different prices. So at that time, but all are laptops only, but the models are different. Depends upon the model, the features are different, configuration is different, design is different, screen size is different, everything is different. At that time, if I'm using simply the word laptop, then I can't recognize. I want that laptop which is a model so and so model. I want to use that product code as well as the product name. Both I would like to use to recognize. So now here I'm using that the product name. Product name. Upon recognizing these products, I would like to use the product code and the product name. Next. After. Sometimes I would like to recognize the users inside my application. How can we identify each and every user? Okay. Now user ID. Now, generally, you can take any application, also Gmail, whatever. How can we recognize each and every user uniquely based on the combination of values? What are those combinations? Username and password values. That's what here inside the login screen, they're asking us to provide both the values. Based on these values only, they can recognize me. So for that one, I would need to specify the username and the password. Based on the username and the password, we can able to recognize each and every user. Okay. Now, sometimes here, for example, assume that I would like to recognize a topic in the book here, of the book index. Book index. When you go to any book, it may be technology related, mathematics related, whatever, novels, everywhere. You will be having so many pages are available, so many topics has been described. In order to identify that, we will be using that book index to refer what topics are available, at what page number the topics are available. Because instead of searching in each and every page, we are going to the book index. Okay, now. So at that time, we are going to be using that, the topic name and then page number. Okay, topic name and the page number. So when you go to the telephone dictionary, we can able to see all the customers information who are utilizing the telephones. So in this case, if I'm using the name, can I recognize that mobile number directly? No. With the same name, multiple people may be there. Almost some 100 people, 1,000 people may be there. But we can't recognize based on the name of that customer and based on the telephone number also. Okay. So in this case, we are going to be using that telephone number and the customer name. That means what? Whenever we are going to be recognizing some elements, whenever we are identifying some customers, we are using the two combination of values. The pair of values I'm using, customer code and the customer name. Whenever we want to recognize the products, we are using the product code and the product name. Whenever I'm using the users, to recognize each and every user, we need the username and the password. To recognize that particular topic inside the book, we need that book index. There we are having the topic name and the page number. To identify each and every customer mobile number in the telephone dictionary, we are using the telephone number and the customer name. Both combinations we are using that. Okay. Now, so now here in this case, that means what? Whenever I'm storing some element, in some cases we need some pair of values. Okay, pair of values. Now, whenever God has been introducing the people unto the earth, which has given so many parts in his body, but few parts are only one, few parts are okay, pair of elements. Like as the eyes, okay, 2 eyes are available, ears 2, hands 2, legs 2, but some parts are only single. Okay, that means what? Some items you can able to recognize by using that pair of elements. So in this case, whenever if you want to store the elements, okay, by passing the pair of values, then we can go with that map collection. Map is also one of the collection class which has been given by Salesforce, which allows us to store a collection of elements. But every element will be having pair of values. Okay, every element contains two things. Okay, now we should first of all we have to pass the pair of values over here. First one is called as a key, second one is called as value. Okay, now in this case, when coming to the map collection is also called as, it is a key value pair collection. It is called as a key value pair collection. That means it will be having so many elements inside that, but every element contains two parts. Okay, every element contains two parts. One is the key, second one is the value. Okay, two parts are available for every element. Okay, now, so now tell me in this case. Okay, now tell me in this case. To identify each and every customer, to recognize each and every customer, we are using the customer code and the customer name. Now tell me from this one, which one is unique, which one is duplicate? Customer code is what? Unique. So now this is a unique element here. Now, customer name is what? It may be unique, it may be duplicate also. It may be unique or it may be duplicate. Okay. Now, when you go to the products information, which one is unique, which one is duplicate? Product code. Product code is what? Unique. It's a unique value. We can't have the two products with the same name, so the same code. Names may be same. Now tell me in this case here. This is it. It may be unique or it may be duplicate also. Now, when you go to the username and the password, which one is unique, which one is duplicate now? Username is? Username is what? Unique or duplicate? Unique. Username should be always unique. Password may be unique or duplicate. For the multiple accounts, you can able to maintain the same password also. Multiple people can maintain the same passwords also, no problem. Now, when you go to the book index here, which one is unique, which one is duplicate now? Oh, everybody is silent now. Topic name is what? Unique or duplicate? Duplicate or unique? Unique? Unique or duplicate? Then, say confidently. Is it unique or duplicate? Unique? Are you sure? Index, book index, book index. Topic name. Duplicate? Yeah. So now when coming to the topic name is unique always. Page number may be unique or the page number may be duplicate. Okay? Because in a single page we can have two topics also. The topic name is different, this topic name is different. But for that topic, same page number, for this topic, same page number. Okay? So that we can able to maintain the same page for the multiple topics also. Next. When coming to the telephone dictionary here, which one is unique, which one is duplicate here? Now, telephone number is always unique element here. This is, it may be unique or it may be duplicate. Okay? Now, in this case, what happened? Whenever I'm going to be recognizing some elements, it may be customers, it may be products, it may be users, it may be book index, it may be telephone dictionary elements, whatever, we are identifying these elements are based on the two elements, key and the values. So now one is unique, second one is unique or duplicate. In this case, whatever the unique elements are available, these are called as keys. Okay, this is called as. What are the duplicate values available? That is called as value part. Okay, we are having the key and the value. Key should be always unique. Value may be unique, value may be duplicate also. Okay, whenever I'm going to be using the map collection allows us to store a collection of elements where each element contains a pair of values. Two values are available here. One is key, second one is value. Whenever I'm storing every element, we have to pass both. Previously, when I try to insert a new element, I'm using the add method. Yes, simply I'm passing the element name. But when I try to add a new element into the map collection, we have to pass both key and value. Okay, we have to supply both key and the value. What will be the key? What will be the value? Why? Because if you want to get the value, then we have to pass the key. Based on the key only, we can get the value. Without the key, we can't get the value from there. Okay, without the key, we can't get the value from there. So compulsorily, we have to pass the key. Based on that key only, we can get the value from that element. So previously, we have supplied the index position name, index position number, and getting that element here. But here, we need to pass the key. When you pass the key, the corresponding element will be getting returned to you. If you are not supplying the key, we can't get the value of that element. So that whenever we are going to be dealing with the elements inside the map collection, always we have to use the base that is key. So key should be always a unique. Value may be unique, value may be duplicate. So that when coming to that map collection contains a collection of elements where each element contains the two parts. One is key, second one is value. Upon adding a new element, we have to pass the pair of values, that is key and the value, both we need to supply. Upon supplying those key and the value, key should be always a unique value, maybe duplicate also. It's your choice. Depends upon your requirement. Okay? Clear? Understood the concept here? So simply in one sentence you can say map is a key value pair collection. Okay, simply we can say map is a key value pair collection. That means every element contains the pair. One is key, second one is value. Okay? Clear? Understood the concept here? Now, let's make a note of this one. Map is the key value pair collection. Map is the key value pair collection which allows us to store a collection of elements, of type both homogeneous and heterogeneous. Now, note, each element in the map collection contains a pair of values called as key and value, where key should be always unique and the value may be unique or duplicate. And the value may be unique or duplicate. And the value may be unique or duplicate. Key should be always unique. The values may be unique, values may be duplicate also. So map is purely a key value pair collection. So every element contains two values. The same map collection will be calling in the other programming languages as dictionary. Okay, it's a dictionary collection. When you go to Java, you will be having a dictionary class. Okay, the dictionary class is nothing but your map collection. Okay, there also we have to supply key and the value both. Okay, here also we are passing the same. Okay, now. So now here in this case here, when coming to the map collection contains a collection of elements where every element will be having a key and the value. Okay, now. So now here in this case here, what type of elements we can store inside this map collection? What type of elements? Only primitive types? No. We can able to store primitive types, subject types, collection types, apex types, and use the different types. So all the types of elements we can able to store. Now here you can raise a question, sir, this kind of elements you can place where? Only at the key place or value place? Both also. Both key and the value can be either primitive or a subject or collection or apex or use the different types. Now these data types you can place inside the keys place also or values place also. Both will be getting supported. So there is no specific limitation like as key should be only integer, value should be decimal, not like that here. Both key and the value can be either primitive type or a subject type or collection type are apex type or use the different types of elements also. All the types of elements can be supported by the map collection tool. Okay, now make a note of this one. In map collection, both key and value can be either primitive type or a subject type or collection type or apex type or user defined type. Any type of element can be acceptable over here in both keys place as well as in the values place also. In map collection, both key and the value can be either primitive type, a subject type, collection type, apex type, and user different types of elements. Okay, so now tell me what kind of memory allocation the map collection will support to. Dynamic memory allocation. Okay, dynamic memory allocation. So that map collection size can keep on increase, it can able to decrease also at runtime. That possibility is available. Okay, now make a note over here. Map collection supports the dynamic memory allocation, which makes the collection size can grow or shrink at runtime. Map collection supports the dynamic memory allocation, which makes the collection size can grow or shrink at runtime. It depends upon the number of elements you are going to add. Keep on the collection size will be getting exceeded, nothing but increased. And if the elements have been getting removed from the collection, automatically size will be getting decreased. So that collection size can grow or shrink at runtime. Now, then how can we manage the elements inside this map collection? In order to manage the elements inside the map collection, map class provides so many ready-made methods by default. Okay, map class provides so many ready-made methods by default. With the help of that map class methods, we can able to manage the elements at runtime. No need to write your additional code, okay, to perform the operations on the elements. Just we can use the help of the ready-made methods offered by map collection class. With the help of those ready-made classes, we can able to manage the elements inside the map collection. Then how can we do that? Now let's see practically. What ready-made methods are available? Now let's see. But all the methods are instance methods, same like as your list and the set. Okay, those are also the instance methods. Here also we are having instance methods are available. Then how can we use these instance methods to manage the elements? Now let's see practically. Okay, now make a note here. Map class provides a collection of ready-made methods to be used to manage the elements in the collection. Map class provides a collection of ready-made methods, to be used to manage the elements in the collection. In order to manage the elements inside the collection, we are using the ready-made methods given by the map class, but all are instance methods. Okay, all the methods are instance methods. So we need to create the object of that map class. Then only we can access those methods by using object name dot method. Done? Now, so let's see the syntax over here. Syntax. Whenever if you want to create a map collection, then how can we prepare? So we can specify map of key data type. First of all, we have to specify the key data type, comma, value data type. And we can specify the object name equals to new map of key data type, comma, value data type. Previously, when you go to the list collection and the set collection, there simply we have specified list of data type. But here what we are doing, we are passing two data types. One is for key, second one is for value. For that one, first of all, key data type, second one is value data type into supply. Okay, this is the syntax you have to follow.
So is there any advantages compared to previous collections?
Yes, we are having some advantages. It's a combination of both list and set functionalities are available here. We'll see. Okay, at the end of that method, you can observe that functionality so done? Now, let's see how can we prepare that map collection over here. So now, for example, assume that I want to store some country's information. Okay, I want to store some country's details. For that one, I want to prepare a collection, map collection, where I would like to use the country name and the country code. Okay, both I would like to store combination. Every country will be having the country name and the country code. Now, I would like to use the country code as a key and then country name as a value. Then what we can do in this case? How to define that map collection?
You need to define key as a code.
Okay. Okay. Now, country code and the country name. I want to store that here. Now, how can we do this one? Map of country code. Country code will be of type what? What kind of country codes you are going to store? Integer, country code, string. Because for India we are having IN. Okay. For United States we are having US. For Australia, AUS. Like that I would like to store. Those will be what? Those are string data type. Okay, those are string data type. For that one here I am going to be defining that map collection. Map of string. So this is what? Key. What is the value? Country name. Country name is nothing but what? Data type. That is also string data type. So that I am specifying string. So we have to analyze that. What kind of data you are going to store? Upon storing the data, what is the key? What is the value? What type of keys are available? What type of values are available? Depends upon the data type, we need to specify that map collection. Okay? So upon storing the country's information, I would like to store the country code and the country name. Okay, I would like to store the country code and the country name over here. So the country code will be in the form of an alphabetical characters over here. It's a word, nothing but the string. And the country name is also a string. At that time, we are going to be indicating that both key and the value will be of type string. Okay? Now, I'm indicating the collection name, like as some country details or some country codes. Equals to new map of string comma string. Okay? String comma string. Now, it holds a collection of country details where country code is the key, which is of type string. Country name is the value. It is also of type string. Map of string comma string. I would like to store some country names over here. Now, sometimes I would like to store, the records information. Let's see. For example, assume that I'm having two objects are available, a parent object and a child object. Okay. For example, account and opportunity. Okay, account and opportunity. Okay, two objects are available with me right now. I would like to store those details over here. Okay, I would like to store those details. Now, for example, let me explain that concept over here. So let me explain that part on the board. For example, I'm having two objects are available. So first one is an account object, and the second one is an opportunity object. Okay, I have two objects. Now tell me, these two are independent or associated? Associated. There is a relation between these two objects. So what is that association? Lookup association. From where to where? Opportunity to? Okay, there is a lookup association. There is a lookup relationship is available. Now, based on this association, along with this lookup association, we are having some additional functionalities are also available. What are those additional functionalities that we have? We are having some master detail behaviors are also available between account and opportunities. We are having the master detail behaviors. Okay. We are having some master detail behaviors are also available. Because of this master detail behaviors only, we can able to create that column summary. We can able to create the column summary fields on your account object. Okay, where we can able to identify for each and every account record how many opportunities are available. We can able to find out with the help of roll-up summary. Now my requirement is I want to create a map collection. I want to create a map collection where I would like to store the ID of the account record. Okay, ID of the account record, and for that account, how many number of related opportunities are available, I want to store. Okay, I want to store the ID of that account record, along with that the number of opportunities count. Now tell me how to define this map collection. Now tell me in this case, which one is key, which one is value? Record ID will be key, and then this will be, count will be the value. Now tell me in this case, ID comma, number of records count is what? So that here I am indicating that. Okay, so depends upon the requirement, we have to analyze that. Which one will be the key, which one will be the value, so that we can able to define the respective data type. So now here I would like to store the account record ID as the key, and then for this account record is my number of associated opportunities are available. Okay, clear? Now, sometimes I want to store the account records over here inside the map. How can this go? Sometimes I want to store account records inside my map. ID comma. ID comma what? String means what? Name of the account. But I don't want to store the name of the account. I want to store the complete account record inside. ID comma account. Right, that's it. So at that time we have to define the map collection map of ID comma. Okay, we can define that map collection. So that depends upon the requirement, we have to identify which one may be the key, which one will be the value. Based on the key and the value data types, we have to define the map collection. Okay, clear? Understood the concept here? Now, so now let's see. Let's make a note of this one. The second map syntax. Now, I would like to define a map collection now. Map of ID comma account integer. I would like to indicate child records count. Okay, the child records count. New map of ID comma integer. Here I am indicating it holds the count of related child records for the parent, where ID will be the key. That means parent record ID. For your understanding, I am giving this information. Now, integer. We have the count of related child records. Count of related child records. So depends upon that, the requirement I am going to be defining that map collection with the respective data types. Next, map of ID comma account. I am indicating map accounts. New map of ID comma account. It holds a collection of account records where ID will be the key, that means the record ID, and the account, that means the value, which is nothing but the complete account record. Complete account record. In this account record, it will be including the account record ID also inside this. It will be holding ID also. ID, name, rating, industry, everything, the whole details will be available. Done? Now, the next one. For example, I'm having account object and case object. Both are associated, are not? Yes, both are associated. Now tell me, for one account, how many cases are available? Multiple. Now the requirement is, I want to store the account record and along with the number of cases, nothing but related case records I want to store inside a map. I want account record, along with that the related case records also. I don't want the ID, I want the complete record. Account, okay? Then map of What we can specify? Account. Case in the sense what? How many case records it will store? Only one. For one account, how many cases you can have? Multiple. If it is multiple, how to store? How to store multiple records? Collection. What is that collection? List a collection. Then list a case. Okay. So now map of account comma list of case. That means what? Account record is the key, and the list of case is nothing but the respective associated case records. Okay. So whenever I'm passing this account record details, it will be returning the list of related cases automatically. Okay. Map related cases equals to new map of account comma list of case. Now it holds a collection of related cases for each account, where account is the key. The complete account record and the list of case is a value, the related cases.
In that we can use the different data types.
Different data types in the sense.
The sense means account is a different, list is a different data.
You can use. That's what I told you here. Both key and the value can be either primitive, yes object, collection, affix, user defined, anything you can use. So now the key is here the S object type, here the primitive type, here the primitive type is available here. Okay, here the primitive type. But in this case, what we did is the subject type and the value is collection type. We can use. Okay. Sometimes I want to store the position record along with the associated candidates. What we can do? Map of position underscore C list of related candidates. That's it. Map candidates equals to new map of position record and the list of associated candidates. Which holds a list of related candidates for each position. For each and every position, what are the various candidates are available? Those candidates information we can able to store inside that map. Okay, so this is the way we are going to be defining the map collection inside your Salesforce system. This is the syntax of defining the map collection. We have to supply both key and the values. We have to supply the key, we have to supply the value upon defining the map. The key and the value we have to decide depends upon the business requirement, depends upon the values which you are going to store. Done? Next. Now. So now let's see the various methods. So what are the various methods offered by the map collection class which can be used to manage the elements inside that map collection? Once the map collection has been getting defined with the required data types for both key and the value, then how can we manage the elements? How to add some new elements, how to remove some elements, how to set for some elements, how can we arrange the elements, and how can we remove the elements from the collection, we'll see practically now. Okay, now, for example, I'm defining a map collection. Okay, map collection. So now I would like to store some fruits information. Okay, I would like to store some fruits information. So now for this fruit, I would like to take some two properties. One is name of the fruit, second one is color of the fruit. I want to use the color as the key. Okay, I would like to use the color as the key. Okay, now I would like to use that fruit name as the value. Fruit color may be either yellow, black, green, red, like that. Fruit name, we can give any fruit name, whatever you want. Now tell me what is the data types for key and the value. Now, so now the color will be string. That means this is the key, and the fruit name will be is also of type string. So I am indicating that fruits map equals to new map of string comma string. I'm defining that map collection. So whenever I'm going to be defining that map collection, by default, how many elements will be available? How many elements are there in my collection now? 0 elements. Okay, no elements are there. There is no element. Collection is empty. Now I would like to add the elements into my collection. How to add the elements to my collection about here? Generally, we are using add method. Here we are having a different method called as put. Okay, put method. As part of listing collection and the set collection, we are having the add method. But here we are having a method called as put method, which is used to add a new element to the map collection. Okay, now here we have to specify the key and the value. Whenever we are adding the new element to that map collection, we have to supply both key and the value. So this method is used to add a new element to the map collection. Whenever we are going to be adding a new element to the map collection, we are using this put method. For example, now tell me how can we add these elements here. Fruits map dot put off, specify that key and the value. I'm giving the key as red, I'm giving the value as some apple. Fruits map dot put, I'm indicating some yellow, some banana. Fruits map dot put, I'm indicating like as some green, grapes. Fruits map dot put, I'm indicating black, grapes. Can I add like this? These two elements, green, grapes, black, grapes. Can I add? Yes. Why? You see the value. Value may be unique, value may be duplicate also, no problem. Okay, the same value may be keep on repeating also, no problem. But this key should be always unique. What are the keys you are supplying here? This key means should be always unique. It should not be duplicated.
Is there any case sensitive for
Key. Yes, sensitive.
If we take black as a B as a small,
We can add that. Another element with the key black where the B should be small. Like that you can add. Done? Now, the second one. I want to add a collection of elements at a time. What we can do? I want to add a group of elements. Previously, we have used what? Add method, add all. To add a single element, we are using put method. To add multiple elements, put all. That's it. We are having a method called as put all method. Here we have to specify the map collection, where exactly the elements are available here. This method is used to add a collection of elements from the source map collection to target map collection. That means both will be map collections only. But when you go to that list, we can dump the elements from set to list. We can dump the elements from list to set also we can do. But here both should be map only. Source to target we can able to map that's it. Okay. For example, I'm indicating fruits map dot put all. Here we can specify that the source map collection. Source map collection. Next, the third method. Boolean is empty. What is this method now? To check whether the collection is empty or not. Same. Next. Fourth one. Let me give that example here. If fruits map dot is empty. If the collection is empty, I want to show the method, I want to show the message, collection is empty. Else, system.debug collection is not empty. It returns true when the collection is empty. Else, it returns false. Done? Next. The next one, integer size method. What is the use of this size method? To check the number of elements available inside the collection. Okay. It returns the number of elements exist in the collection. For example, I want to collection size is, I want to indicate fruits map dot size. Done with these methods? No. So now here in this case, in the interview point of view, they will raise a small question. Okay? They will raise a small question. If you are passing duplicate elements, what will happen? If I am passing some duplicate elements to my map collection, what will happen? For example, let me explain over here. Okay, let me explain on the board, then you can understand. For example, I'm going to be adding some elements inside my map collection. I'm adding my map collection with the name some fruits map, which is having some elements available. So now here I'm using the fruits map. That code, I'm adding the first element, red, and then apple. This is the first element. Whenever I'm going to be using this map collection, internally it is made a negative. It is made a negative. In that table, you will be having the two columns together. This is called as a hash table. You will be having the key part and the value. Inside that, it will be adding the element. The first element is what? Red. And then value will be, element will be getting added. So now I am adding one more element over here. Fruits map dot. Here I am adding the green and then grapes. Okay, I am adding the element. Whenever I'm trying to be adding the second element, what it will do is a map collection is going to be collecting the key. Based on that key, it will go to that hash table. In that key, in this particular keys column will verify with this name, do we have any element is existing? If the element is not available, then only the element will be getting added over. So now it is going to be adding the element. Green. Second element will be getting added. I'm adding one more element over here. The fruits map that put some yellow banana. This is the third element. Now it will verify that with this key already an element is existed. Element is not available. So it will be adding the table. Yellow banana. Okay? Now I'm adding one more element over here. Fruits map dot. I'm adding that element, some red, some cherry. What will happen now? What it will do? Will it be a compilation error, runtime error, any exception, any other operation? Will it be ignoring that operation or what? It will be ignoring the operation. See, observe the functionality over here. Now this kind of mechanism we have discussed in both list and case also. In list collection, whenever I'm trying to be adding a duplicate element will be always welcome in the list collection. Whenever you are adding the same element repeatedly multiple times, the same element will be getting added in that collection multiple times also repeatedly. That possibility. When you try to go to that Set collection then. Upon trying to be adding the duplicate element inside the set collection, first of all it will verify with this name already element is exist or not. If the element is exist, simply it will be ignoring that operation. It won't add that element. But now when we come into the map collection, when you try to add this element over here, whenever I'm trying to be adding that element, first of all it will verify with this key do we have any element is exist or not. Now do we have the element or not? Yes, element is available. Then what it will do is, whatever the new value we have supplied, this value is going to be overriding this existing value. Okay, it will remove this value apple from the table. It will be adding that element. Okay, these are functionality of duplication elements. Okay, in all the three collections. If it is a listed collection, it will add the duplicate element. If it is a set collection, it will ignore that element over here. If it is a map collection, it will override that element value with the latest value which we have supplied. Okay, clear?
Set method and list. We have a set method and list, right?
Okay, that is used to replace that value.
Similar thing is going here. Right? Similar thing is going here.
Similar thing is going over here. But there we have to specify that I'm using a different method. But here I'm not using different method, same method over. Okay? Clear? I'm not using different method because here to replace I have given a different method we separately like I said. But here we don't have the different method. The same method we are using always, but here it is adding the element, it is replacing the element over. If it is a duplicate one. Okay?
So now I want to insert the apples. So what?
You want to?
Apple, red apple.
Red?
Red apple. The previous variety.
Now, in this case here, at that time what needs to be done here, we can't override this now, we can't cancel this transaction again. Once a transaction has been committed, we can't override it, we can't cancel the transaction. Before that only we have to verify.
We take the small red R.
Now, suppose if it is a red, small r, it will be adding this new element. The element will be available as it is here, the new element will be getting added. Red. Okay, you will be having this element. Clear? Now, so now here in this case, whenever I'm going to be adding some duplicate elements inside the map collection, it is internally maintaining a table over here. Okay, internally it is maintaining a table where you will be having the key and the value places are available. Depends upon the key, the respective value will be getting stored inside this.
So how can we know that we are entering a duplicate key?
We don't know that here. If you are passing explicitly, then at that time it is going to be overriding that. Okay, we don't know. So now whenever we are trying to be adding that element, so at that time, first of all, we can verify. One more chance is available whether you are passing the duplicate or not. First of all, I want to know whenever you are trying to be adding a new element. First of all, you can check with this key already an element is exist or not. There is a possibility. Like in the previous collections, we are having the contains method. By using the contains method, we can verify. Like the similar way here also, we have a method is available that is called as contains key. There is a method called as contains key. Here we can able to pass that key name. By passing that key name, we can able to verify with this key name do we have any element is exist or not. If it is exist, it will be returning the value true. Or else it will return the value as false. Based on that, we can decide whether we can add or not. Okay? Because everything we are going to be deciding based on the key only over here, not based on the values. Okay, everything can be operatable through the keys itself. That's what the key is the base when coming to the map collection. If you want this value, then pass the key. Based on the key only, we can able to get that value from that map collection. Okay, understood the concept here? This is a common question in every interview. Whenever I am passing that same element inside the map collection, what will happen? At that time, it is going to be overriding the old value with the new value which we have supplied. So whatever the old value is there, that value will be getting overriding with that new value. Okay, clear? Now, in this case, observe this one. When you try to print this map collection, I would like to use that system.debug. System.debug. I want to print that map collection. Fruits map. it is going to be printing all the elements over here. How it is printing these elements now? Now, in this case, what happened? When coming to the map collection is going to be identifying the elements based on key. Okay, based on the key, it is going to be identifying the elements over here. Now, in this case, whenever I am going to display this collection elements, it will display that all the elements along with the key and the value pairs. Okay, along with key and the value pairs, it will be displaying all these elements. But at that time, it will display the elements in a specific order. What is that order over here? It will be displaying the elements like this. It will display the elements like this. Green, and then red, and then yellow, like that it is displaying these elements. Now tell me what is this order? Alphabetical order based on what? Key. Now tell me, is it ordered collection, unordered collection? Is it ordered collection or unordered collection? What is my order I have inserted here? Red, green, yellow. Okay, and then what is the order here? Green, red. Is it ordered or unordered? Unordered collection. Now tell me, when coming to my collection classes, what ordered collections are there? What unordered collections are available? List is what? Ordered collection. Set collection and map collection, unordered collection. Okay, these are common questions. Okay, so that whenever I'm going to be displaying the elements available inside the map collection, it will be arranging the elements based on the key in the alphabetical order by default. It will maintain the uniqueness of the element based on the key. Based on the key, it is maintaining the elements in the unique order here, so that it is purely using that binary comparison. It is purely using binary comparison to identify the elements whether it is duplicate or. Okay, clear? Understood the concept here? So why? Because yes, when coming to your pick list collection, pick list control, we are having a pick list control is available. I'm having a pick list control. Okay. For example, I have added a control over here, like as country pick list. So this is the pick list control here which I have prepared, which is having that control. In this control, I have added some elements in nothing but some country names, like as India, USA, UK, Australia. Okay, these are the country names we have added here. Now here in this case, whenever I am going to be preparing this control, what is the default value over here? Default value. India. I haven't selected anything. Now, the default value is, you will be having the default value as. Why? Because whatever the pick list control that we have, pick list control is purely using map collection internally by default. The backend implementation of pick list control is purely map collection. Then what it will do basically, here now let me explain. Whenever I'm adding some elements inside the pick list control, internally it is preparing a table. Internally it is preparing a table. It will be having the key, it will be having the value. So now what are the elements you have stored over here? And then USA, and then UK, and then Australia. These are the elements I have stored. Now, based on the values which are specified, with the same name it is preparing the values also. India, USA, UK, Australia. But here I am having an element called as none. What is the value? Null. Okay. But in the user interface, whenever we are going to the pick list, it is showing these values over. The keys will be getting this. Whenever I'm selecting India, it will storing the India value inside the data. If I'm selecting USA, this value will be storing in the data. If I'm selecting UK, this value will be storing in the data. If I'm selecting none, then it won't store the value none. It will store the value inside the data. Depends upon the key which you are selected, the value will be getting stored. That's what here, when you go to any pick list control, you will be having the key and the value pairs will be available. Let me show you practically. Let's go to any pick list control, whatever we have. Go to that any object over here. Position object also, whatever, anything, any standard objects, any standard field, whatever. For example, I'm having a field called as a location field. When you go to that location field, you will be having those values. When you come down, you will be having this. Okay. Now the values, it's 2 times it is added over. So the Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Hyderabad. So now whenever I'm going to be loading the user interface, inside this pick list control, these are the values will be getting populated. Whenever I'm selecting this value, then whenever I'm selecting this value, when I save the record, this value will be storing inside the database automatically. Depends upon the key which was selected. The currently selected keys or value will be storing inside the database automatically by default inside your application. So that, but when coming to the user interface, I'm having the value as none. But upon storing inside the database, it will be storing the value as null. That means empty value. That's what here, when you take any of the record over here, when you take any of the record, whenever I'm going to specify the location value, if I'm making this location value as null, let me take this ID. If I'm taking this value as null, then what value it will store? Null. That means empty. That's what it is showing like as empty. It won't show the value none. Okay, it won't show the value none because here for this key the value is null. Null means empty inside the database. Okay, this is the internal implementation of pick list control. Pick list control is newly implemented based on map collection internally. This is the backend implementation of your pick list control. Okay, clear? Like as a multi-select also. How the multi-select elements are available? Multi-select also. Dependent pick list control. Multi-select pick list controls also here. That will be having the key list of elements will be available. Okay, list of elements. Okay. Understood the concept here? Let's see the remaining methods available inside your map collection. The next method, Boolean contains key. Boolean contains key. So what exactly the contains key method? Contains key method is used to verify with this name do we have any key is exist inside the map collection or not. In order to verify only in the keys part, inside the keys column, it will verify with this name do we have any key is exist or not. If it is available, it will return the value true, or else it will return false. Okay. Now, for example, if map fruits map dot contains key, I'm passing the key as some red. Then we can able to show the message system dot debug key found in the collection. else system.debug key not found, invalid key name, invalid key name. Like that we can verify whether the key is exist inside my collection or not.
So can we search the value instead of key?
Instead of?
As we are searching here key value.
Okay.
So can we search for the value?
No, we can't search for the value directly. We can search for the key. If the key found, then we can go with the values. Okay. Next one, get the key name. So what is this get method now? To fetching the value of the key. Whenever I'm passing the key, based on the key, I would like to get the value over here. Okay? Based on the key, we can able to get the value. For example, if I'm passing the key as some red, okay, get off red, it will be returning the value apple. Like that here, we can able to get the value here based on that supplied key. For example, I would like to display system.debug element value for the key red is I want to show that. Fruits map dot get off, you can specify the key. Next, the seventh one, remove. We can specify the key name. Whenever if you want to remove the element from the collection, we have to use a method called as remove method. Here we have to specify the key name. Based on that key, we can able to remove the complete element from that collection. Okay. To remove the element from the collection based on the key name. Based on the supplied key name, we can remove the element from the collection. But in this case, first of all, we have to find out whether this key is exist or not. For that one, we are using this. If fruits map dot contains key, I'm giving the key name as like as some green. If it is exist, I want to remove that element over. For that one, I'm using fruits map dot remove. Remove of green. Then we can show them as a system.debug element has been removed. Else, I want to show the message. Element not found, invalid key. Invalid key. Okay, done. So we have few more methods are available. We'll see in tomorrow's session. Okay, and along with that, we'll see the practical examples on this map collection also. Okay, how can we use this map collection class methods? We'll see practically.